The Blues Brothers from back in the day here on 103.9 WSOS. Hope you're having a good morning. It's 26 minutes now after 9 o'clock. And right around this time on Monday mornings, we spend some time with Sandra McGinnis-Connors, and she's with Thrift Life and also Fab Finds, the magazine. And we're going to talk about a very special nonprofit organization in our community here in just a minute. But good morning, Sandra. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Good morning, fellow thrifters.
Yeah, good morning. And, of course, let's get started. Well, Melinda's here as well. Maybe you can introduce her because she's part of your team.
Yes, Melinda is our marketing director. Say hi, Melinda.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Thrift Life family.
There you go. All right. And then we have a very special guest that you brought along this morning, too, from one of our leading nonprofit organizations here in town.
Yes, I would like to introduce Peggy from S.A.F.E. Peggy.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah, so for people that are listening, they say, I've heard of S.A.F.E. before. What is S.A.F.E.? Kind of give us the quick little 30-second, 1-minute explanation of what S.A.F.E. is.
Well, S.A.F.E. rescues dogs and cats from high-kill shelters in Northeast Florida. We also get involved in hoarding situations. We sometimes do take animals directly from the community, but that's kind of the rare case. We're usually out with our van going somewhere to rescue. And recently we've been going up to Connecticut and also out to Minnesota.
Wow. Yeah, we were talking a little bit off the air about that, just to jump right into it, though. Why go to Connecticut and Minnesota? What makes them different than Florida?
Well, this is really interesting to me after living in Florida for quite a while. Apparently, in other parts of the country, they don't have the same problem that we have with overpopulation of dogs and cats. So they're responsible dog owners who spay and neuter. And they actually are looking for healthy animals.
Oh, my.
So we have been taking, we've had at least 2 vans that full of 20 each time that went up to Connecticut. We met a transporter in Virginia. And then we recently also went out to Minnesota, and we went the whole way that time.
That's great.
Yeah,
That
and
is
we've
great.
got another trip scheduled.
Good stuff. All right. Well, once again, if people want to learn more about S.A.F.E., I would imagine there's a website they can go to, right?
Yes, there is, and that is safepetrescueflorida.com.
Yeah, safepetrescueflorida.com. We'll get that up on our Facebook page, too, at WSOS Radio. We're going to play a song or two, and Sandra, when we come back, what are we going to do?
We are going to thank all of our sponsors, talk more about S.A.F.E. and the thrift stores, recycle your money back into your community by shopping the thrift store.
The Fortunes here on St. Johns County's 103.9 FM. And hey, on Monday mornings right around this time, we spent some time with Sandra McGinnis-Connors, and she is the founder and editor of Fab Finds, which you may have seen around area doctor's offices and other places, maybe a hair salon and the like, places that you have to wait and you get to thumb through a magazine. This is a great magazine that features our area nonprofit thrift stores and the missions and causes that they support. Right, Sandra?
Yes, that is correct.
And there's a new one coming out soon.
Yes, it's in print. Yay!
Yeah, we have the mock-up here with us right now, so it's in print, and it should be in area doctor's offices by next couple of weeks, right?
Oh, yeah. By next week. Hopefully the end of the week, because they're going to be direct mailed.
And when you pick up a Fab Find, what will you find in the Fab Find?
You will find all of our nonprofit thrift stores and what they do for the community.
There you go.
Recycle your money by shopping.
One of those thrift stores, of course, benefits S.A.F.E., which is one of our area's leading no-kill animal rescue efforts. And my cat, Gracie, actually came from S.A.F.E., so she's a great cat. And But talk to us a little bit about, well, why don't you introduce how you, Sandra, work with S.A.F.E. and how you guys kind of help each other out.
Okay. Well, I go into S.A.F.E., the thrift store, and video blog some of my fab finds and outfits and rotating wardrobe, so I can...
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Rotating wardrobe. I like that.
Say that 3 times real fast.
Yeah.
But I get to show what you have to offer at really, really reasonable prices. But at the same time, we do behind the scenes to show the animals. So people can go to my website and watch these videos, YouTube, Facebook, any of my pages. But Peggy is one that I want to introduce here today that works the thrift store, manages over there. And I would like you to tell them a little bit about what they'd find if they go into the store.
Yeah, what would you find if you go into the thrift store right next door to the, what is it? Well, across from the ABC liquor store, next door to the Shell shop.
Exactly.
Across from McDonald's, over on the island as you head toward the beach.
Right, near the 312 intersection there with A1A.
We just made it sound a whole lot more complicated to find than it is.
Look for the liquor store.
That's right. Look for the liquor store, which most
a
people
good
know where that
landmark.
is.
That's a
right.
good landmark,
Yes,
yeah.
in so many ways. But
Right.
go ahead.
What you would find there are gently used articles of clothing, household goods. When you come into the shop, we have a beautiful display. We have some volunteers that do a wonderful job of displaying some of our merchandise and clothing for ladies. Specifically. Mm-hmm. And so we have a whole department that is just devoted to women's clothing. And then we have our man cave, which is kind of fun. We get a variety of things there. And the center, we have all kinds of one-off things. It could be furniture, lamps, some high-end clothing, jewelry, that type of thing. And as you wander through, and you have to be willing to kind of wander around and drop the breadcrumbs so you find your way back out, because this used to be a restaurant, and there's multiple rooms. You come through the area where we have CDs, DVDs, ladies' shoes. You come back into housewares, linens, books, that type of thing. So what we need from the community are your goods that are lightly used. Okay. And then that's one way, a very major way that we're able to raise money.
My brain's stuck on the man cave. I won't find a man, right?
Right. No.
No, it's stuff for men to put in their cave.
Right.
Got it.
Paints an interesting picture, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But also, you were telling us the money that people spend there goes to
feeding the pets, their veterinary care, which is our vet bills are very high. We're fortunate to partner with quite a few vets who are over in Putnam County who help us out a great deal, and also First Coast No More Homeless Pets. But we have very large vet bills. We have to feed these animals. We have to cool the buildings and the facility where they're housed.
Okay.
So it goes for all of that. And transportation is large.
Yeah. And you just started a new program, you were telling us.
Absolutely. Because we've been fortunate enough to be able to partner with a Humane Society group in Connecticut and another in Minnesota, we've had a need for a third van, because our 2 vans that we have are busy constantly every day transporting animals to vet bills, rescuing, a variety of things. So we have a car dealership over in Putnam County who has been one of our largest supporters. And one of our members went to him and asked him, explained the need that we had, and he had already been giving us these vans to use, to borrow for this long-distance transport. And we were able to negotiate with him a 2015 Ford van that housed 23 large breed dogs for that trip.
That's great.
It was originally $34,000. He gave it to us for $24,000 if we could raise the money.
Oh.
So another person stepped up.
Kind of a challenge.
Right. Put the $12,000 up, and that was somebody that we had known for many years and been a supporter. And then this past weekend, and one of our adoption events, another person heard about it, came back with a check for the balance.
Nice.
That is wonderful.
Nice.
And he had recently lost his 2 golden retrievers, and he said it was in memory.
Nice.
Wow.
Now, if I
Good
had
story.
a place that I can't have a pet, you were suggesting this other program.
Exactly. So as a spinoff, everybody got excited, and now we're thinking, well, how they really have a need for animals out there. Let's get some, we need sponsors, because we don't get this for free. We get the dogs, they're not spayed or neutered and so forth. So the fee is $105. Now let's say you live in an apartment or somewhere, or you have multiple animals and you can't have another one, but you'd really love to help a dog that's in a shelter. You can sponsor one of these dogs for $105. The dog will be transported, and then you will get a picture of the dog when they get adopted in their new home out in Minnesota or Connecticut or wherever we're going, long distance.
Nice.
Wow.
That is really nice.
Good stuff. Well, once again, if you have any questions about all the great work that S.A.F.E is doing, you may want to check out the website, which is... I always stump
Thank
you on
you.
that,
You stump me
don't I?
on that every time. www.safepetrescueflorida.com.
Little afternoon delight.
Starland Vocal Band here on 103.9 WSOS. We're live in St. Augustine at about 13 minutes before 10 o'clock. 82 degrees on our way up to a high today of only 89, especially if you are east of I-95. West of I-95, it'll be a little bit warmer than that. Overnight lows around 77 degrees and no real chance of rain today. So should be a very, very nice day. And this is one of those rare days where it's actually about 8 to 9 degrees hotter in New York City than it is today. The highs in New York today, 96 degrees in Manhattan. So,
wow.
Anyway, see, it pays to be in Florida.
Yeah.
Right? On this, that's not bad. On the 15th day of August. Sandra McGinnis-Connors is with us live this morning in the studio, as she always is around this time on Mondays. And she always brings along very special guests that are doing something like she is for our community. And maybe you could reintroduce your special guest from S.A.F.E this morning.
Yes, I would like to introduce Peggy. Peggy is wonderful, smiling face when you walk into the thrift store.
Yeah. And, of course, the S.A.F.E thrift store, and, of course, the proceeds from that thrift store go to help the no-kill animal rescue efforts of S.A.F.E that are well known here in St. Johns County. And that store is located next door to the Shell store there on A1A, right? And then also next door to the liquor store.
Exactly.
Well, across the street from the liquor store.
In case you get thirsty.
That's right.
Across the street. McDonald's is there, too.
Yeah. And sometimes I was just by there late last week, and I noticed there were people that were walking dogs around the store. So on occasion, do you have dogs there as well?
On occasion, we certainly do.
Okay.
We have them there 365 days of the year.
Okay.
So we have a need for people. We refer to them as dog handlers, dog walkers, people to volunteer. We have a lot of seniors that come in the wintertime when we have the snowbirds with us. We have a lot of people that will come and help us out in the morning and in the afternoon. We also get students after school that'll come in. They want to get community service. They're starting to build their resume for college, that type of thing. And also, when I mention seniors, I want to talk about Ernie. Ernie is 82, I think, now. And Ernie volunteers with us 6 days a week. The only day he takes off is Sunday to go to church.
Nice.
And he's there from 8 in the morning until about 2 in the afternoon. And he loves these dogs. And they love him. He always has some kind of goodie in his pocket, and you'll see him. He'll walk, and then he'll find a shady spot to stop, and he just spends time with them.
Nice. Which
and
location?
It's wonderful.
Which one does he dog walk
He's
at?
at what we refer to as the headquarters, the one we were talking about that's near the Shell Shop.
Okay.
And then we also have an adoption center that's in Treasure Beach. So if you go 6.5 miles south of the intersection of 312 and A1A, you're going to come to Treasure Beach Plaza on your right, and we have 3 storefronts there. And we have small, medium, large dogs, and there is quite a variety there to choose from.
There's so many to choose from. I went there last week, and I couldn't leave. I was with my 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And I want to mention also that our mission is really the adult and senior animals. Yeah. Not to say we don't get puppies and kittens. It's kitten season. We certainly do, and we do rescue. I've personally fostered kittens and puppies. But I would say the majority of our animals are the ones that have lost their homes through, if they could only tell their story.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Well, you can learn more, obviously. Just Google S.A.F.E Pet Rescue, and it pops right up. We just tested it here at the radio station. There's all sorts of great ways to interact with S.A.F.E there, including making a donation, finding out more about volunteer opportunities, and, of course, the possibility to adopt your next forever friend.
Absolutely.
Hey, before we get back to the music, too, I wanted to give Melinda, who is here from obviously from Thrift Life and Fab Finds, an opportunity to thank some of the people that make it possible for us to do this radio show and also to do Thrift Life, right?
Yes. Thank you so much for all of our sponsors that has helped us. We couldn't do it without you. We got a couple restaurants. We got Tides. It used to be the Dunes restaurant, Mardi Gras Sports Bar, and also Hurricanes has a great happy hour. Mm-hmm. We don't know about that, Sandra, do we?
And O.C. White's.
Yes, and O.C. White's.
Applebee's.
Applebee's, yep. And how about Fields Cadillac? I don't think you knew, Peggy, that Fields Cadillac, they donate their space to nonprofit organizations.
I'm going to be in touch with Scott.
Yes, Scott Williams. He's a great guy.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
so those are the restaurants. We covered the food in the car.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
That's just a couple right now. I'll name a few later.
And you can obviously learn more, too, about Thrift Life and what Sandra's involved with by just going to Facebook. And if they go to Facebook and search Fab Finds, obviously, or Sandra McGinnis-Connors,
or Thrift Life.
Yeah, it'll pop up. So learn more, get involved, get connected a little bit. Hey, it is 8 minutes before 10 o'clock. It's exactly 10 o'clock in St. Augustine, and we're broadcasting live here with Sandra McGinnis-Connors. She's joining us, and I didn't pick that song, by the way. It was just the natural song that came up in the rotation.
Yeah, right.
Evil woman. Yeah. Somebody had a bad female experience there, I think.
I'm still thinking about the man cave.
Still thinking about that? Yeah.
That's why you got that big smile on your face.
It's not what it's cracked up to be. It's just a place with a dartboard, you know?
Oh, darn.
Oh, but you're thinking it's just a bunch of guys in a room.
Yeah.
Sandra McGinnis-Connors is here with us. And, of course, if you've been around town and you have had to wait maybe for a doctor or a dentist or getting your hair done, you may have seen Fab Finds, which is a great full-color magazine that, of course, features all the great thrift stores here in St. Johns County and also some in Flagler County, and also focuses on the mission, what they do actually for our community. So it gives you an idea of what you can find when you go into, like, various places, you know, including right next door here, right?
Oh, yeah. St. Vincent right here.
St. Vincent right next door, or the Haven Hospice Attic store on US 1 South. Any of these great stores, of course, anything that you buy there, the proceeds stay right here in our community. They help our local nonprofit organization, so we encourage you to do that. And then beyond that, you're going to get some great deals, right?
Oh, yeah. It's usually at least 80% less than what you would pay retail.
Yeah, some people may be just tuning in, so maybe you can reintroduce your special guest, Sandra McGinnis-Connors, who came along with you today.
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. And we have Peggy here from S.A.F.E. S.A.F.E is a no-kill pet rescue, right?
That's right.
Right. We actually rescue from high-kill shelters. So once the animals are with us, they're safe. And SAFE stands for Saving Animals from Euthanasia.
Okay.
And since 2008, we have actually rescued and placed in loving homes over 8,000 dogs and cats.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
it's open to the public for people to come and pet them and play with them?
Absolutely. The adoption hours are 11 to 4. And that is in our 2 locations on the island. And we're also located in Hollister, which is outside of Palatka over in Putnam County. We have a 10-acre property over there that we recently acquired from what was formerly Putnam County Humane Society.
Yes, you saved them.
We did save them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There were dogs and cats that had been there for years, and they had outside runs and not a lot of protection from elements and other animals and things like that. So immediately we went in and we took down all those type of structures, and we focused on cleaning everything up and getting inside heated and cooled space for the dogs and cats. And then we've gradually rotated those animals out of there and found loving homes for them.
Yeah. What are you in need of right now?
One of the things that we need
You
is
personally and safe.
the
man
lottery,
cave.
the winning lottery ticket number. I'd love to have that, and I would donate it all to SAFE. We are looking for a grant writer to volunteer their services to help us. As a nonprofit, we don't receive any state or federal funds, and so we're hoping that there might be some very qualified, wonderful, retired person out there who loves animals and would love to help SAFE to raise money. An example would be, let's say we wanted to build some kind of a new structure or something over in Putnam County at the Hollister location. That could be a project where the funds would be focused towards that. I was going to say the van would have been wonderful, but
right.
we've already had some people step up and take care of that for
That's
us.
great.
But there's lots of needs.
Oh, the food, I'm sure,
Oh,
just
my
to feed
goodness.
these.
And the vet bills.
Absolutely, so that's an immediate need.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And volunteers, as we talked about, for walkers in the cattery, we need people to come in and help clean litter boxes, spend time with the cats. It takes everything. You need people that are willing to mop the floors. And if somebody doesn't do it, it's not going to get done. And we only have so much money we can spend on paid staff.
Yeah.
So we really rely a lot on volunteers.
I would think just the number of how much it costs to feed all these animals is probably something that would blow most of our minds.
It probably would. I'm not privy to that, but I can only
Yeah.
imagine kitty litter. Think of all
Sure.
the kitty litter we
It's
go
expensive.
through. We've got about 50 or 60 cats right
Wow.
now. It's a lot of kitty litter.
So the cattery is full.
Clorox. Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to drop off things,
Full of
yeah, exactly. We need that would be clumping kitty litter if you decide to
Donate.
to donate it. We also need cleaning supplies.
Yes.
We need clean towels and linens that are, maybe you're not going to use them anymore. We couldn't sell them in the thrift shop, but we could use them for their runs or when we're transporting. We like to have clean linens in there, that type of thing. Also, we do have someone who volunteers his services, and also we can have somebody deliver large items. There is a fee for that. But, if you have something that's really nice, a large item, a sofa, a bedroom set, something like that, we would love to have you consider donating to us.
Yeah. So you need donations, a grant writer, volunteers, just people to come in there and love on the animals.
Oh, absolutely. We have a dog in there right now who has 3 legs. He recently lost his leg about a month ago. And my understanding is it was some kind of an injury that, he had this chronic pain, and the vet said the best thing to do was amputate the leg. Well, he's healed from the surgery,
Nice.
but he's got a little problem between his ears.
Oh, no.
And we're working with him. He is lovely. His name is Normie, and I'm in love with this dog.
Aw.
I was cleaning his kennel and he's in the thrift shop. We always feature 2 dogs right by the front door so that people connect the dots. I'm here to shop in the thrift shop, and the money goes to
Yes.
the animals. So Normie is one that's there. He's, I call him, he's a brown dog. He's medium size. I was cleaning his kennel, and for weeks, basically he was laying on his bed, and he wouldn't come forward if you walked by or any kind of reaction. And his tail started going. And I thought, I wonder what would happen if we just left the door open when I'm done here. Before you knew it, he came out. He made a beeline we also have the dog supplies that we sell right nearby there. And he must have been eyeing up this basket of toys. And he went right to that basket, grabbed a toy, and started running around the thrift shop. But he wouldn't go anywhere near the front door because he doesn't want to go out, and the tail was wagging. He's happy. I stopped in to see him yesterday, and as soon as he heard my voice, I could hear his tail hitting the side of the kennel that he's in because he recognized my voice.
Wow.
Now, is this a corner of the thrift store, and it's
Like when you go in the front door, and if you look to your right, there are 2 large runs there.
okay?
And right now there's a beautiful German Shepherd.
Nice.
And then there's Normie.
Okay.
And Normie likes dogs, people, children. He's a great dog. He just needs it's going to be baby steps.
Okay.
Until he
some
adjusts.
TLC.
Right. Just some TLC. Somebody love, come in and visit with him. I've been chasing him around the store, throwing toys like an idiot,
But you also sell the toys. You
Oh,
have
we
Right.
do.
And the dog
Yeah.
supplies and the collars. I've seen all that.
All kinds
Nice.
of things. The little pads for the little ones, that
so thrifters get over there and get those too.
That's right.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back.
My time is too expensive.
The great Aaron Neville here, one of the classics of all time. That's what we do here, 24/7 on 103.9 WSOS. Sandra McGinnis-Connors is here with us, and we're wrapping up our time with her. And, of course, she is the founder of Fab Finds, the full-color magazine, and also Thrift Life. And she brought along some special guests today, like she always does. Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, Kevin.
Yeah, maybe reintroduce your special guests, and we'll wrap things up.
Yes, I have 2 here. Actually, I have Melinda who works with
It's not
us.
really a guest.
No, she's not a guest.
Yeah, we're not going to
No.
be nice to her anymore.
No. Director of Marketing. And we have Peggy from S.A.F.E. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello, thrifters.
Hey, before, of course, we let our special guest from S.A.F.E. go, we want to make sure that everybody knows about what their needs are. Of course, they are a no-kill animal rescue effort that's been doing great things here in Greater St. Augustine and St. Johns County for years and years. But you guys have needs, obviously, all the time.
Yes, we do. And one of the ways that you can help, and it's a very rewarding experience, is to foster a pet.
Yes.
Adopt your forever friend.
Exactly. You become a foster failure like me.
And me.
But one of the things that I learned early on is that truly you can save more animals if you can foster than through strictly adoption. I've got 2 dogs now and 4 cats, and so I'm not adopting anymore. But from time to time, I will take on a foster situation. So what that means is you actually take the pet into your home, and if you need us to, we will supply the food and kitty litter and so forth. In my situation, I was able to not need to do that, so I just take them in and treat them like they're my own, and everybody seems to get along. And my neighbors are amazed. They say, how do you do it? And I said, if you're relaxed and you just, trust that it's going to happen, that everybody's going to get along, have some faith, it works out.
Yeah.
And there are wonderful animals out there that really need our help, and we only have so much space. Right. So if we have people that are available to foster, usually there's special situations. Maybe a pet had some kind of surgery, needs a home to recuperate in, or it's a pet that needs to be in a home setting with another confident dog. Like my Duke was a great example of that. 14-year-old lab, and every foster that we brought in, he just accepted them. And if you had one that really needed some help, they would be smacked up right against him, following him around, and he would help them to learn to trust again, to
I
do
know
what dogs do,
And I know it's kind of a trick, too, because once you foster these animals, you fall in love with them, you don't want to give them back, right?
I'm very fussy. I had puppies one time, and the father of the girl that was adopting this puppy called me, and he said to me, "Are you sure you're ready to give up this puppy? Because, it doesn't sound that way." I said, "I am ready. I just want to be sure that, the puppy's going to a good home."
Yeah.
So,
is there a time frame that you foster them?
No, that is really one thing that is very workable for a lot of people. Some people have busy schedules. Most of us have busy schedules. Maybe you can't take a dog or a cat in for a month at a time, or like 8 months, like I've had them,
Oh,
but
boy.
maybe you, yeah, I have. But maybe you have a week here or there, or even a weekend.
It gets them out of the cage.
It does.
And it gets them in a home environment. And they're
And it is, people say, "Oh, I have a hard time then bringing them back." But, you did a wonderful thing. They got to have a taste of normal life again. Maybe they had a walk on the beach, or they went with you in your car when you went to the bank and ran your errands, and that you stopped at McDonald's and gave them a French fry, you
they
shared
got
your
to feel
burger.
some love.
Absolutely, So consider that.
So adoption and fostering, and you're also in need of, I'm sure, donations and a grant writer. Looking for a grant writer.
Financial donations are always appreciated. Your time and your goods.
Very good.
There you
Very
go. Good stuff. Well, thank you very much for coming by
You're
today.
welcome.
We
It's been a
learned lot.
pleasure.
Sandra, in the
Thank you.
meantime, people can connect with you, obviously, by going to your Facebook page, right?
Yes, Facebook page. I have a YouTube channel. I have websites. I have just about
Got
anything.
it all.
Thrift.life will take you to most of it also.
That's right. Yeah.
And our website is fabulousfindsad.com. And our publication is also posted. You can download it from
Our
our
new
website.
publication.
Yeah, good
And
stuff.
Melinda is actually our director of marketing here, and I would like for her to touch on
Really quick, Melinda. We
yeah.
got like 30 seconds.
Okay. I want to just tell you that you can also help by sponsoring us, our webpage. It's ongoing advertising. Also, we have nifty, thrifty flyer. Only $50 to advertise with us and help the community and save lives with Thrift Life.
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yes.
You're
Oh,
amazing.
Thank
and that's
you.
got the maps on it too
Oh,
for
and
all
the
the
maps.
locations. Yes.
Good stuff. All right, we'll see you again next week.